Welcome to Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative and holistic solutions to better health and wellness through intentional living. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker.
Welcome back. First, I want to wish you all a happy new year. It is 2024. We've made it through. Be grateful. Listen, I just want to say this. We are going to make 2024 an amazing year. Each year, I probably do say that, right? But let's make 2024 better than the last year, right? So that's what I want to do. I am so happy and grateful to be here with you guys today. Grateful for all the love and appreciation and support. I hope that so far you are having a happy, blessed, grateful year, spending time with your family, reaching out to loved ones, connecting with people. That's what I'm hoping for you today. Today, I really don't have a quote other than to simply say, live life to the fullest, right? And spend time with those you love. All right. So that's my quote for today. But I want to get started of what I'm talking about today, what I want to discuss today, right? And that is that is 10 success habits for highly disciplined people. And so this podcast, as you know, is basically health and wellness, but it's a lot that's entailed when it comes to your health and wellness because you have to have discipline, right? And with anything you do and anything that you're trying to accomplish, you want to have discipline. So that's why, and starting off the new year, that's why I wanted to talk to you today about 10 success habits for highly disciplined people. Okay, so what is the first one? All right, so first of all is goal setting, right? You want to make sure you set clear goals, right? And clear achievable goals for this year, whatever that is, and create a plan in order to reach those goals. Okay, and so that's number one. The next one is time management. But let me just go back on goal setting for a minute. And I mentioned that you want to set clear and realistic goals, right? I set clear and realistic goals. You want to be able to do that. You have to be realistic with yourself, setting a time frame of what you want to achieve and having a real plan on doing that, right? So that's something that you have to really be really strategic about in setting those clear goals and realistic goals. So I just wanted to stress on that just a little bit further. All right. And so the next one is time management. How you spend your time matters. Okay. How you spend your time matters. You want to make sure that you prioritize, right? That's important. You want to make sure when it comes to being disciplined, right, and developing those success habits of having the discipline, you want to make sure you prioritize. You want to make sure that you are spending your time wisely. Now, don't get me wrong. It's okay to have leisure time. And if you just want to have time when you want to relax and do absolutely nothing, that is totally fine, especially when you've had a full, hard work week, right? A 40-hour or more work week, even a 30-hour or more work week. It's okay to say, you know what? For this 2 hours, I'm going to spend 2 hours of doing absolutely nothing for myself. And that's okay, right? No judgment, right? I have done it. I do it. All right. So, but when it comes to getting those goals that you wish to achieve, you want to make sure that you are spending your time very wisely. All right. And so make sure you prioritize your tasks, take care of the most important things first, and make sure you have a goal of when you are going to have those tasks completed. Right. And so for me, I set a task of, okay, this is going to be done by 12. I'm going to complete such and such, whatever your routine is, whether it's your workout, your meditation, rituals, whatever it is that you want to complete. You want to set those tasks in priority and prioritize accordingly. All right. So the next thing is having consistency. right? Sometimes we lack on consistency, right? And sometimes people can be very consistent, and that's one of the great habits that you can have is having consistency, right? And so sticking to a routine, right? And staying committed to your goals, staying committed to the task, prioritizing is going to help you, right? And being consistent and committed, even when you don't want to do it, right? And I've said this before, sometimes I'm tired, or, sometimes I may be a little where I just don't feel like doing anything, right? Sometimes I feel like that. But I know that no matter what, I have to do what's needed. I have to do what is necessary, right? And so that is making sure that I record, right? That I record my podcast, making sure that I'm eating healthy, making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do around the home, and being a wife to my husband. All right. And so these things are important. So you have to make sure you have a consistency. You have to make sure that you do the things that even though you don't want to do it, but it's necessary, right? Because it's going to help you to achieve those goals. It's going to help you to stay committed by being consistent, right? Even when you don't want to do it. All right. So having self-control is another thing. And so what do I mean by that? And that's going to lead me into the next segment. When I say self-control, what am I talking about? Okay, self-control in resisting temptations that's going to take you away from your priorities, that's going to take you away from the goals in which you're trying to achieve, right? So having self-control. All right. So maybe you don't want to go out. Maybe it may be better for you to go out and limit if you drink alcohol, if you're going to consume alcohol, maybe limit yourself to one drink. Maybe because you know that if you go past 2 drinks, you are out for the count, right? So you have to maintain self-control. What about self-control when it comes to eating? Right? Well, the holidays is over, guys. Okay, it's over. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, it's all over, right? Okay, so you may be eating some leftovers from yesterday's dinner, right? So, but what I'm saying, the point of what I'm trying to make is having self-control, right? Having the discipline to remember to not overeat, right? To not overeat. Having the discipline, the self-control to make sure you eat when satisfied, and not to overeat and indulge in gluttony. Remember, I talked about the podcast episode on the food demon, right? If you haven't, check that out. All right. So being able, because we want 2024 to be one of the best years, if not the best year, right? We want 2024 to be an amazing year of health. And for me, that's health, because without it, you have nothing. So having self-control when it comes to your health, right? So if you smoke and you want to give up smoking, get the discipline, get the courage to do it. Find something else that you could use instead. Now they have these smoking groups, and you can wear patches. I don't know many details on this with the smoke patch. I don't know. So I couldn't really say much about it, because I don't smoke. But if you're smoking and you want to quit, I heard someone tell me they're going to give up smoking. So I'm going to hold her to that. I'm going to check in with her frequently to see what she's doing to give up smoking, right? So if you are serious about it, have your network, whatever it is, even if it's not just smoking, maybe you want to reduce your consumption of alcohol or give it up altogether. Maybe it's food, right? Maybe it's some other addiction. Maybe it's just not being disciplined enough. Maybe it's procrastination. Right? Maybe it's having the self-control to not procrastinate, right? And so we need to just go ahead and do what we need to do and jump in and do it, right? And so I know that, sometimes you can start off with the new year, you're excited about the new year, and then you tend to slack off, right? It happens, right? But if you stay anchored in and you stay connected with those people and networks that'll help you in the process, help you along the way, it can benefit you a great deal. But at the end of the day, remember, it is only you. Because remember, they're not going to be around you 24/7. So you have, it all boils down to you. You have to decide. You have to make the decision and say, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to strive to get it. Right. And so you're going to encounter hurdles. Oh, yeah. You're going to encounter hurdles. But
if you are struggling with health issues like chronic pain, being held back by past traumas, or feeling overwhelmed and hopeless, please know there is hope. There is help. Transcendence, a woman's guide to healing and self-love for better health, happiness, and abundance, is a blueprint to help you get your life back and reclaim your health. Within its pages, you'll learn how to elevate your existence by shifting your mindset toward the positive, focusing your energy on what's really important, using gratitude to feel deep appreciation, changing your gene expression through epigenetics, building resilience, and living in a state of flow. Feeling love overflow within. Go beyond an ordinary life. Transcend. Buy it now.
you can weather the storm and you can go through it, weather the storm. And again, by having those anchors, connections, friendships, support groups to help you get through it, right? And prayer and things like that. All right. So that was self-control. Now I'm going to piggyback on what I said about self-control. This leads me to a healthy lifestyle, right? Having a healthy lifestyle. Now, having a healthy lifestyle, right? It includes, what does it include? It includes having a healthy diet of your greens, fruits, vegetables, indulging in healthy eating habits, right? Staying away from processed foods, colored dyes, things like that. You've heard me talk about all of these things before, right? Adding more greens, eating more fruits and vegetables, making sure if you're not one that eat a lot of greens, maybe you want to take they have vegetable pill form now on the market too, where they have these pills in powder form. If you're just not a green person, if you're just not a fruit and vegetable person. And I know that some people have allergic reactions from some of the fruits. Now, could that be from other things, how it's grown, pesticides? I'm not sure, right? But because each person is an individual, and each person will have different things that may affect them, right? And so I always talk about my girlfriend who used to could eat bananas and she can't anymore. It tightens up her throat. It actually caused some type of reaction in her where she actually, like, she can't breathe, right? So she can't eat it. All right. So we got to find other things that we can do. Know the things that we can eat, as well as the things that we can't eat, and know the things that what does our body good, of the things that we can have. I'm always talking about green teas, right? My teas, having teas, drinking tea in the morning. Green tea is great, loaded with antioxidants, great for helping you to maintain your weight, right? And weight loss. Right. So I talk about those things, having and exercising regularly, right? Exercise. Now, I get it. Some of us have some very busy schedules, right? But if we could fit in the time to at least do 30 minutes a day, at least 3 times a week, right? At least 3 times a week. So we want to make sure that we're able to do that, so that we can have maximum productivity. Remember, when you work out, you have more energy. When you work out, you have more energy. And a part of that lifestyle is also getting enough sleep, right? So when I say healthy lifestyle, I'm talking about everything all around your healthy lifestyle of what you watch, what you eat, what you consume, who you're around, right? Having good financial habits, right? Living within your means, right? Paying down your debt. We want to do this. If you haven't started doing it, we want to do it, right? And so there was a girlfriend that mentioned to me about it was called, what was it called? 10,003 month challenge. She said she saw it somewhere. So just Google it, 10,003 months, right? And so this is what she was wanted to work on. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe that might be a goal for you. Maybe you want to accomplish getting an additional have a savings of 10,000 in 3 months, and you can do it. And you can do it, right? So you got to factor in, apart from what you additionally make, what would it take to make 10,000 in 3 months, right? And so well, you just do the math, right? 10,000, right? And you divide that by 3 months. So this is what you would need to make each month, right? And so if that's your goal, whatever your financial goal is, make that a priority. Whatever your spiritual goals are, whatever is a priority for you, whatever is important for you, let's make these things a priority. Let's make them a priority, and let's do what we need to do by being disciplined. Okay. These are the success habits. These are the success habits of people who are disciplined, right? And it's simple things, right? It's simple things, which leads, and our mental, before going to the next one, our mental wellness, making sure that we reduce stress as much as we can, making sure that we put ourselves first in the work environment and not overdoing it, right? No, we're going to do what we need to do, but not at someone else's, not at our expense, where we are trying to do what we need to do for others and yet putting ourselves at risk with our health, right? And so we need to know when to take a break. I tell you guys all the time, take your breaks, right? Take your breaks. If you're entitled to a 15-minute break, take it. I don't care if you sit in the car and listen to music for 10 minutes or just sit in silence, or whatever it is that you want to do for your 15-minute break. Do it, okay? Do what you need to do. And if you know you need more discipline in the area of maybe, your health and wellness as far as fitness is concerned, on your break, your 30-minute break or your hour break, or if you get an hour, maybe you can exercise for the first 30 and then have your lunch for the next 30, right? So for those who have the hour lunches, you can do that. There's time. It's time to fit in. It's 24 hours in a day, guys. You can fit in to do the things that matters to you if you make it a priority, if you're willing to commit. Okay. And so mental health is important. And I have to talk on healthy lifestyle because this is a health podcast, right? For women. All right. And so we have to make sure that we are eating the right foods that's not going to mess with our hormones, right? We have to make sure that we are eating the right foods. Okay, staying away from certain food colorings and dyes and processed meats and things of that nature. Okay, and refined sugars. We have to stay away from those things if we want our health to be optimized. Okay, and it plays a part on your wellness. It plays a part on your mental health, right? Reducing stress. We know that chronic stress causes this chronic disease and illness. We need to make sure that we make health our priority. Okay, so we need to make that a priority. So now I'm going to move on into the next success habit of organization. Making sure that we stay organized, making sure that everything is in its proper place, right? In a good way, for me. Now, this is how it works for me. When I'm bringing in the new year, I like for my house to be clean. That's just me. I like a clean house. I want everything clean, right? And so that's just me. But simple rituals, simple habits, making up your bed in the morning, right? I've heard a few people say, well, why make it up? I'm just going to get back in it. Okay, well, to each his own, right? But even the most successful people will tell you the simple things as just making up your bed in the morning. It takes less than 2 minutes, maybe less than a minute, probably. Just make up your bed, right? Simple things, okay? Let's stay organized. Get rid of all the old bills, the old mails, all of that. Get rid of those things, right? Declutter. Get rid of all your old mail, old clothing, clear up, right? Clear the clutter around the house, clear the clutter, right? Get rid of all those old things that you no longer need, that you just have sitting in your closet and it's just there. Get rid of those things. Either donate them if they're still in good condition or throw them away, right? So organize your work, organize what you need to do, organize by prioritizing, right? Keeping things and your spaces clean and clear of debris. And that helps you to increase your productivity. I'm sorry, right? So for maximum productivity is staying organized. Is staying organized. And so you ever know if you ever walk into their offices or even their home, there's papers everywhere, there's clutter, and there's just things like all over the place. Maybe it looks like a storage unit, right? For me, my external world impacts my internal in my brain. Okay, that's how my brain works. If it's clutter everywhere, I can't focus, right? It just does something to me. All right, so that's for me. But still, we want to make sure that we are organizing proper paper, have your folders, have a file cabinet, right? Have everything in order and prioritize, right? And get rid of the clutter. Get rid of the clutter. All right. So focus on that. You want to start doing that now if you haven't done so already. Okay. And the next thing is continuous learning. Continuous learning. All right. So that's you will hear so many different people, the health gurus, all of the very successful individuals. They will tell you continuous learning. I myself am a continuous learner. I am always looking to continue learning, right? There's still things that I want to do now. But I have to somehow, it's not a priority right now, but it's something that I'd like to continue to do later on. I used to take piano lessons. So one of those things is, you know what? I want to go back and finish and take some piano lessons just because. But that would be a hobby thing, right? That would be a hobby thing, but it's not a priority, right? But continuous learning how to, whatever it is that you want to do, reading more books, right? How-to books, whatever you want to learn how to crochet or whatever. Continuous learning. A person never stops learning. A person should never stop learning, I should say. And they should always continuously seek self-improvement. They should always continuously seek self-improvement. Okay. And so that is something that we should work on doing if you haven't started doing that already. And so resilience is the next one. Okay. Resilience throughout this year. Don't think that we are not going to experience some type of setback as we are trying to focus and accomplish and achieve our goals for this year, right? We are going to experience some type of setback. Okay. And it's just a part of life. And so what we can do is to learn how to handle setbacks with grace, right? And use them as learning opportunities. Use your setbacks as learning opportunities, right? To help propel you forward. All right. And so it happens. It happens, right? And so we have to just be mindful of it and keeping our eyes on the prize of the present moment, the here and now. That's so important. Staying present. Don't get distracted, right? So now that we are in 2024, we're not going to dwell on the past, right? And so you already know, for me, one of the hardest losses, the biggest losses for me in 2023 was losing my mom, right? And so, one podcast episode, it's only like 15, 60 minutes. I couldn't even finish the episode. I was crying. So I'm not ashamed to show my vulnerability. I'm not ashamed to show my hurt, my pain. I'm not ashamed of that. And so that's why it's still there, right? And I'm not ashamed of being open, right? And being candid about things that matters to me. So don't think that you are going to be without setback. All right. And so what the thing you have to remember is the present moment, and to be mindful, as well as knowing that your setbacks is going to help propel you forward, right? There is something to learn in the process of all of your experiences, right? Throughout all of your experiences, good or bad, there are experiences, there are things to be learned, right? And so staying more connected, right, to family, staying more true to who you are, right? You always have to remember to be true to yourself, right? Staying true to who you are, staying true to your values and your beliefs, right? That's important. Okay. But you know that setbacks is only going to help you, right? And it may be difficult, but it's going to help you. You have to stand strong, right? Again, when those periods come, stand strong. Have your anchor, whether your anchor is prayer and meditation, connection with family and friends, whatever it is your anchor is, have your anchor. All right, have your anchor. All right. And so now I want to move on to the final one, which is accountability, right? Take responsibility, right? For your actions and the choices that you make in life, right? Take accountability. Sorry, take accountability. Kind of jumbled up together there, those words. All right, so take accountability, right? And I think, no, that's number 9, actually. No, that's number 9. I have a whole list here. I had 10 lists, but that was number 9. Yeah. So take accountability, right? So take responsibility for your actions and the choices that you make. All right. And so some people want to find a way to not take accountability, right? And so if, let's just say, for example, you know, you you haven't you set your weight loss goal, and let's say your goal was 3 months from now, 6 months from now. Gave yourself a time frame, a realistic time frame. You gave you a realistic time frame of 6 months from now, right? To have lost at least 20 to 30 pounds. Yet then when 6 months later came, maybe you lost 5 pounds, maybe you lost 10, maybe you didn't lose any, maybe you've gained, right? We have to take accountability in these things, that when we set goals. Now, don't get me wrong. When I'm saying, I'm just using weight loss as an example, right? Because simply when you don't understand your body and your metabolism, you don't really know what's going on and why you're having trouble losing the weight. So there's no fault there in that, right? Because sometimes that's why it's important to get to know your body and understand your body, and understanding your metabolism. It's the new year, guys. It's the new year. That should be under health, right? I should have mentioned it. That should go under health and wellness, healthy lifestyle, right? Getting your yearly checkups. All right. Before I get back to accountability, that just reminds me of that, getting your yearly checkups, checking up on your metabolism, checking your thyroid, right? Okay. Checking your vitamin D levels, your vitamin levels, period, right? For me, it was vitamin D, right? And so checking your vitamin levels, checking all of this to make sure that everything is okay, and so whatever it is that is what you can say, which I can say that's I'm holding you accountable to that. Okay. I'm holding you accountable for making sure that you ensure that you are in good health, right? get your physical done, get your labs done, you're getting your blood work done, your thyroid, getting all of those things done, your yearly, whatever you need to do yearly, whether it's your GYN exam, mammogram, whatever. I think mammogram is 5-6 years, something like that, for certain age groups. And if you're at risk for if you are with cancer, breast cancer runs in your family, they're more frequent, right? So I'm holding you accountable to make sure you do that. Okay, I'm holding you accountable. I'm your accountability coach. All right, so I'm holding you accountable to be responsible and take action for your health and your own wellness and well-being, right? Because we all have choices, right? We all have choices. So it's up to you to choose. All right, so accountability. So take accountability. Don't blame anyone else for your mishaps, right? Take accountability, right? And so now I'm going to move forward into the final one, which I kind of touched on already, which is prioritizing. That's important, right? That's important to make sure that we prioritize the things that we're trying to accomplish, right? Do the important tasks first. Which is most important? Which one is going to give you the most benefits of what you want, right? Which one is going to give you the most benefits, most beneficial to you, right? And so let's say, for example, for you, maybe, for me, I'll just use myself. Health is a priority for me. So I want to make sure I'm going to hold myself accountable and making sure that I do the things that I need to do to make sure that I'm in optimum health, right? And so that is making sure that I work out, right? Making sure that I work out, making sure that I refrain from foods that is going to impact my health, making sure I continually eating greens, fruits, and vegetables, right? Making sure that I do those things, right? So my health is priority for me, right? In addition to other things with my career and my husband, family matters, right? So my health and family, those two are priority. Health and family. My spiritual wellness, oh, that's without a doubt. That goes without even saying, right? So again, for each person, it's going to be different, and that's okay. For each person, it's going to be different. All right. And so for me, health is a priority. My health is a priority in addition to my spiritual evolution, right? And my family. So those are my top three, right? My health, my spirituality, and my connections with family, right? So those are my top three. Maybe your top three might be different. That's okay. So whatever it is for you, let's make sure that we prioritize and organize and have a good year where, and know how to say no, right? Honor your yeses as well as honoring your nos. Be okay with telling someone no that you're not able to do that, right? If it's something that is out of alignment with you and who you are, if it's something where it's going to be more of a burden, right? Be more of a hindrance, and it's something where it's maybe you just don't have the time, right? And so some people are afraid to say you just don't have the time to do it, and you want to be a people pleaser. All right. So stop being a people pleaser. It's okay to be nice and be kind to other people. That I live by that. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy those things. And I think that's why I was pulled back into healthcare, because I enjoy people. I enjoy helping people, right? And so, but at the same time, we need to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. We're no good to anyone if we can't help ourselves. We're no good to anyone. We're no good to anyone when you're dealing with taking care of your elderly parents, and in the process, you're neglecting because you're neglecting your body and you can't take care of yourself. I know it's hard, right? But you have to remember, sometimes you'll forget, right? Sometimes you'll be like, you're so caught up in making sure that this person is okay, that person is okay. And then we forget about ourselves. And then now we're wondering why we're sick. We're wondering why you're feeling burnt out, depressed, why you're experiencing anxiety. Okay. So I'm saying all of this that self-care is not selfish. And if anybody tells you that, that's them. Okay. Self-care is not being selfish at all. Self-care is really a part of loving yourself, right? It's a part of loving yourself, right? Practicing self-care, right? That it's a part of self-love. So if you're not practicing self-care, you're not practicing self-love. Okay. And so I think I covered them all. Let me see. Let me just go back. And so now with the 10 I had was goal setting, right? Time management, consistency, which is key, self-control, another good one that you have to maintain self-control, healthy lifestyle, of course, right? Healthy lifestyle, very important. Organization, number 6, continuous learning, number 7, resilience, number 8, accountability, number 9, and prioritization, number 10. All right. So start out with the simple things, right? Being grateful and accepting where you are right now. You may not be where you want to be. You may be where you want to be. And congratulations to you. And congratulations to those who are not where they are, but you may not be where you used to be either. All right. So you got to celebrate those small wins. All right. You may not be where you want to be, right? But I'm pretty sure you're not where you used to be. So celebrate. Okay. Celebrate. And until next time, I hope to see you soon. Listen, I'm going to say one more thing. I'm working on the Resilience Radiant Soul Challenge. Okay. I said resilience, but that was a mistake. Radiant Soul Challenge, right? And this is a 5-day event. I want to invite you to this 5-day event. We'll be live on Zoom, 1 hour a day, right? I want you to be a part of it. We are going to take 2024, right? We're going to take it to the moon or further. Let's do that. Let's get it together, right? Let's get it together. Let's make an impact in our lives and as well as impact amongst other people by taking care of ourselves, right? By reducing our stress, by tapping in to our God-given gift, our God-given gifts. All right. And so that's taking care of our bodies, being in tune, right? Following our intuition, right? The inner wisdom, I'd like to call it. And so that we can be the best version of ourselves and living with intention and living with purpose, because each and every one of us have a purpose here on earth, each and every one of us. Okay. And I want you to remember that. And so until next time, be a part of the Radiant Challenge. You can reach out to me on Instagram. All right. Facebook. And so I'm more on Instagram more than I am on Facebook. Or you could just send me an email. Right. Reach out. I hope to see you on the other side. Bye for now. Ladies, do you find yourself caught in the daily grind, juggling between the demands of your career and personal life? Do you dream of thriving both professionally and personally in 2024, but feel overwhelmed by the constant struggle? I understand the challenges you face, and that's why I'm thrilled to invite you to join the 5-day Radiant Soul Challenge. Picture this: a life where you have the secrets to not only survive, but thrive in both your career and personal space. The Radiant Soul Challenge is designed for women women just like you, ready to break free from the chains of stress and achieve optimal health. Here's why you should be a part of this exclusive experience. Learn the secrets to thrive both professionally and personally in 2024. Discover actionable insights that will propel you towards success in your career while maintaining a fulfilling personal life. Create more work-life balance for better optimal health. Uncover strategies to strike the perfect balance between your personal aspirations and your well-being, ensuring that you're at the top of your game without sacrificing your health. Implement proven strategies for stress management and productivity skills. Say goodbye to stress overload. Acquire practical techniques that boost your productivity and keep stress at bay, empowering you to excel in your career with ease. Don't miss this chance to embark on a soulful journey. Join the 5-day Radiant Soul Challenge and redefine your path to success. Click the link below and secure your spot in the 5-day Radiant Soul Challenge now. Your thriving future awaits. Hope to see you there.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Health Coach for Women with Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this episode, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.